do? Yeah, it's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that RUD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NPIC. And again, you know, I represent that RUD. Want to give a shout out to the YouTube family. Want to give a shout out to the creators. Want to give a shout out to the ancestors. Want to give a shout out to all the, fallen deities, the Alkebulan deities that they told you that is evil. Want to give a shout out to them, and of course to all my Alkebulan kidnaps. You see it behind me. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do that for you. So without further ado, round of applause for that. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah, man. Late again as always. It's my apologies. Trying to put something together, and then I tried to see doing YouTube directly from YouTube, see what they had to offer. Definitely out of date and need an update immediately. YouTube. You know, uh, today was a real interesting day for me. Today was a real interesting day. I'm not gonna dive too much into it, but it was just a very interesting day. Um, the things that what I'm saying, it was just an interesting day. But tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about something, a conversation that it seems a lot of people tends to shy away from, and that is knowing who you are. And when I mean knowing who you are from the eyes of your own. We spend our entire lives, trying to find out who we are, but base our studies on finding who we are from the ideologies of the oppressor. Now, it is not the oppressor's job to educate us upon us. It is the oppressor's job to keep the oppression so under the rug that you won't even realize that you are still being oppressed. And if you do get any acknowledgement of it, you know what I'm saying, it's easy to point the fingers at our own than point the fingers at the ones that's putting us in these circumstances. And one of the main reasons why we have embraced these circumstances is because of a story that cannot be factually proven. That stated that we as colored people will be enslaved and that we should embrace it, mark on it, understand it, and this is what you have to do to break free from it. Okay? And a lot of times having that ideology, it makes you literally look at your circumstances like a divine message from God. But the same divine message from God, when you do your breakdown, Deuteronomy was written before the coming of your Savior. And your Savior's main objective was to come and then pass on for the sins of the people. So if a man came to shed his blood and give himself up for the sins of the people, then there should have been no reason for the enslavement of those same people, supposedly. Right? Now, the reason why I am saying this is because of this right here. I want to show you something. The reason why I'm saying this is because of this right here. Bear with me, guys. Okay, it's right here. It's not this one. Where is this? You see, I was changing things around, guys, and then I I was changing things around, and then um I was changing things around, and then I put a new folder inside of one of my new hard drives, and now I can't find this hard drive. And I find it kind of crazy. All right, let me go straight to the source. We going straight to the source, guys. We going straight to the source. Now you guys know when I put this image before you, you understand. It's for a reason. This is the reason why I had to come out today and literally speak on trying to find ourselves from the eyes of ourselves. And I forgot. I don't know why this is taking so long. I don't know why this is taking so long, guys. What the? All right. I don't know why this is taking so long. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to pull up this picture right here. Now, this is Samuel L. Jackson. And Samuel L. Jackson was able to trace his lineage back to South Africa. Um, I forgot the exact location off the top of my head, but he was able to trace himself back to South Africa. Now, when you are a man like Samuel L. Jackson, you know you have access to more than the average person, and and of course he got the finances as well, where he's able to pay, travel, study, learn. But the point of the matter is that he made it his objective to learn his culture from his culture, meaning he was not going to Alkebulan with the mindset and the eyesight of the colonizers, the oppressors. He went in there trying to find himself. Now, this is something that I've been stressing, and I felt meaning that I had to address it because for some apparent reason, it seems like you guys are misunderstanding my position where I'm at. I have never called the creators the devil. You have never heard me say Sunini is the devil, Nanini is the devil. You have never ever heard me say that. What you heard me say is, listen carefully, people. What you heard me say is the creators of the Alkebulan people has absolutely nothing to do with the book. Because you see what's behind me? You see those men? These are the people that bought this ideology. These are the religions that overbears our reality. Okay? And this is what these things would do. I never in my life said to disregard the creators and that the Sunini is not one of the names. I say the creators because, like I said, I don't know where I come from. Not everybody comes from South Africa. Not everybody acknowledge the creator as Sunini Nanini. Not everybody. There's so many supreme gods in the Alkebulan language that I can't disrespect my ancestors because, like I said, I don't know. So out of respect, I say the creators. And I say the creators because it takes two to tango. Okay? You make the job even harder to explain when you say that, yeah, it's only your father. You make the job harder. So how did he create man? How did life comes and then they tell you that life is the woman? It's just too much explanation. Explanations that you are not privy to, don't have access to, and it's not even up for you to debate it. Let's just go based on logic. The logic is that it takes two to produce. That is the logic. And we're not going to stand on a belief over the logic. Every way you go, the seed needs the dirt to make a tree. The camel needs that to make another camel. Like everything is hand in hand, left, right, plural, multiple. So when I say what I'm saying, the creators, is me giving reference and honor to the female and the physical deity. You are not, and I repeat, you are not in no position to tell Alkebulan kidnap what is right and what is wrong. You're not in a position to say, oh no, don't listen to that. It's only one father. You don't have no information, bro. Your information is still coming from Euro-Christian perspectives and ideologies. Remember, our people has been colonized for over 1,200, maybe 1,500 years of reprogram, re-educating, re-misguiding, taking away cultures, forcing us to emerge our customs with their ideologies in ways to preserve our culture, bro. You have to understand that the necessary or the most important thing is to realize that you are standing and operating from a behavior that was taught to you by the oppressor. You was taught to think like Julius Caesar. You was taught to believe and eat and dance and respond and react like Julius Caesar. All of us, bro. Not a single person was programmed to operate as an Alkebulan because you don't know what that is. Excuse me. Because you don't know what that is. They spent trillions, years of re-indoctrinating and reprogram, removing our spirituality from us. They spent years, centuries doing that to you. And it started with the Arabs and it's finishing with the Europeans. And here comes the Chinese. Chinese is like, hang on, I need one time. They need one time. They want the piece of the pie too. And we as individuals are not paying attention, bro. And the more you lean and you see things from their perspective, the more you start losing yourself. And the more your land is up for grabs. The ancestors is waiting for us. The creators is waiting for us. The Alkebulan deities is waiting for us. We're not doing our due diligence. We're not meditating. We're not going to the lakes and doing our ritual dance, things that we have no understanding of. We don't know none of this. Because the only thing that we was ever taught was go to church, get on your knees, pray, say hallelujah, get out the door, and I see you next week. And how long we've been doing that. And ask yourself this question. Have you seen any greatness coming out of us as a whole, collectively, since this very creation was handed to us? We lost it all. We lost our land. We lost our women. We lost our children. We lost ourselves. We are literally hanging on a thread right now. Alkebulan is at war. They have made the Alkebulans war against each other while they sit back and wait for the so-called massacres to reach a certain level and out come their service. They're showing the world that we can't function without them. They're showing the world that we are still weak. They're showing the world that we're still weak and we're crying and we putting all our trust in a creation named Caesar Borgia, that we got now black people trying to sell it and pitch it as a black man. They laugh at us when they see that we still are operating in this sense. They laugh. While they tell you to go to church on Sunday, they at the Super Bowl watching football. While you are in your suit and tie, they are watching football, getting ready for Monday with millions of dollars being generated all on your expense. They digging in your minds. They digging in your wells. They taking all your diamonds, your gold. They taking all your fruits, your seeds. They're planting these things right now for you to die. There's an Ebola outbreak in Ghana right now. Here we go again. When are we going to wake up and realize that they are the ones that's doing this to you? They are the ones that remove your African spirituality forever being in your forefront. It's in the back of your mind. You may think about it, you may see it, but you don't wanna challenge that because you was told that Jesus said anything outside of him is pagan, is evil, is wicked. Meanwhile, this man was doing nothing but wicked and evil. The man told you, render Caesar's what is Caesar. The King of Kings told you to give Caesar what is Caesar like a coward. And you telling me that this is for us? When are you going to see that it's a hypnosis? That is taking you away from who you are? Why are black people afraid to learn about black history? Alkebulan history. Not just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Ben X, and all of these other pioneers. Shout out to you. We did it, yeah, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than Mansa Musa. It's bigger than Kemet. It's bigger than that. It's literally us individuals having to go on the soil and go back. We literally have to walk backwards. You cannot walk backwards with a forward perspective. You cannot walk backwards with a forward perspective. You cannot walk backwards and say, nope, can't. That's not it. How do you know? Who in your family told you that this is no? We have to come into a realization that anything that was given unto us was given unto us with an agenda that's going to fit their narrative. There's no kindness in my heart for me to give you this story or to give you this belief in something. There's not a kindness in my heart that made me do that. This was give them something to look forward to so they can never desire the stuff that they had, the stuff that they was literally being born. Children used to wake up with sleeping with diamonds. They didn't know what that was. Kicking it, playing hopscotch, whatever with it. We wasn't doing all what you seeing now. You know what I'm saying? They came and they seen that and they conquered and they gave us a solution, bro. And we as people are still holding on to this solution. You cannot find yourself from the eyesight of the ones that is the reason why you're trying to find yourself. It doesn't make sense. You're not going to find yourself with their eyesight. Their eyesight was designed for them to be in the position that they're in. We are fighting for that position. We want to be, it's either we want to be in that position or we want to be next to that position. But in reality, bro, it's not about position, bro. It's about taking back what's ours. I don't wanna be the president of the United States. I don't want to be in Canada. I don't want to fight for Europe. I don't want to do nothing. I just want my land back. I want my land back, and I want the land that you put us in back. Haiti is ours, whether you like it or not. Jamaica is ours, whether you like it or not. The whole entire Caribbean is ours, whether you like it or not. You and your family can go back to Germany, can go back to Russia, can go back to Ukraine, can go back to England, can go back to Scotland. You can go back. That is all yours. You can go back. Go back and leave us our land. We don't want no partnership. We don't want no business. We don't want no aid. We don't want no perspective. We don't want no doctrine. We don't want no religion. We don't want no solution. We don't want nothing. Nothing. You just take it all and go. Take it all and go. You will figure it out. You hustlers, y'all been hustling. You got all the money in the world. You don't need any more. You can go back. You got gold already. You got billions of gold somewhere by the Vatican. You good. You guys can go back. We don't want that. You're not going to tell me that the individuals, like these people will go into church and preach this. And I'm talking about like European, Christians and Bible. They will go into the church and recite Deuteronomy and recite Exodus and saying that this is God's will. God ordained this. This has to be done. And it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that's what they was doing in the late 1800s. Now you pass it to the 1900s, especially during the 1960s. This is when this ISIS-Rael started catching momentum. And they too came around, started regurgitating the same thing. And now we here in 2025, seeing nothing but chaos. And I say, what is the game plan? What is the game plan? If the internet shuts down today, what is the game plan? If the GPS and everything, the grid just go off, what is the game plan? How are you getting from A to B? It's literally going to become a hunger game, where it's literally going to be us defending for ourselves, because we have lost unity. We had allowed their ideology, their perspective, their viewpoint to divide us. We're completely divided in every way, shape, or form. And nothing is to blame besides what? The religion. There's nothing to blame other than the religion. Okay? This is serious. Okay? You got to understand, for centuries, the Alkebulan kidnapped our ancestors, stolen from their homeland, have been force-fed a false identity shaped by European oppressors. The history we are taught, the religion we are given, and the lens through which we see ourselves are all filtered through what? The Eurocentric perspective designed to keep us mentally enslaved. This is the facts. Literally is what we're doing. The deeper brothers and sisters indulge themselves into their ideology, the more they start to lose themselves. They don't see themselves. They don't accept themselves. They won't accept that they come from the tribe where they didn't wear no shoes, or the women walk with no bra, and the man had to wear a woman like looking skirt, but it's really for men. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of our people won't accept that because they're measuring themselves from what the enslavers perceive as this, perceive to see as prestige, and this is how you supposed to look, and this is how we used to act, and this is how we used to dress. Like, we can't see ourselves seeing a king just looking regular. He has to have gold and diamonds and an armored plate. He has to present that. He has to look like Julius Caesar for black people to believe it and accept it. When you look at the pictures of Solomon and you look at the pictures of David, they all look the same way. And then when you go to the Alkebulan people and you go and you see how they dress, some of them don't even dress like that. They don't put armor on. They don't look like that. But they are the royals. They come from a lineage of royalty. Okay? When you see the European narrative have distorted our identities, from the moment our ancestors was taken, the oppressors understood that in order to keep us enslaved physically, mentally, and spiritually, they had to strip us of our true identity. They renamed us, erased our history, demonized our spiritual system, and rebrand us under their version of truth that kept them in power. They gave you a version of truth. They said that he is the way, the truth, and the light. No man gets to our God unless you follow our Jesus. And when brothers and sisters were starting to wake up, and you started seeing brothers and sisters start seeking their spirituality, you see brothers and sisters start, playing with the stages and playing with the cards. I'm not into all of that, but I'm just telling you the transition, the energy that's being displayed upon the earth. When they see that, they then had to sabotage. You see a big influx. You see a big push for this Hebrew nonsense, where you see 600 men walking around a multi-billion dollar facility, and not a single arrest, not a single police, not a single nothing take place. You have to literally have a permit to do such thing in New York City. How was they able to do so? How was they able to do so? Because they know that you're just pushing their narrative, push that false belief. And the more you see brothers investing in that, the more they can't stand Alkebulan. I had one of them. I did the video where he said, I can't stand these Africans. We don't like them. Why you don't like them? What did they do to you? What did they do to you? How many of them did you get into a situation with for you to say that we don't like them? And I'm glad you find that funny. And you did all of that in the name of Jesus, of belief, no facts. And you want me as a scholar, as somebody that's seeking wisdom and understanding, trying to figure out who the heck I am. You want me to first demonize my ancestors and what they did. Say this is the reason why we was enslaved. And the only way we're going to get out of this slavery is coming back to the ways of a story that was given unto you by the ones that enslaved you. You got to make that make sense. When you see the Euro-Christian frameworks keep us in mental bondage. Many of us still cling to the ideologies that was never ours to begin with. We accept their religion. We define their definition of history and their social structures without question if their frameworks actually serve us. When we define ourselves through European eyes, we are accepting their lies as our truth. Their lies as our truth keep us lost and disconnected from our real heritage. You don't know nothing about an Alkebulan, bro. If I showed you, if I showed you the Jewish flag, you would instantly be able to trace it back to Israel. If I showed you the Great Britain flag, you'll be easy for you to trace it back to England. If I show you all any of these flags, you're gonna be able to trace it back. If I show you Russia's flag, you're able to trace it back. If I show you America, you know you'll be able to trace it back. But if I give you a bunch of flags of Africa and tell you to pinpoint where they belong, you will not be able to do so. We will not be able to do so. The objective for me, and that's gonna be something that I'm gonna do, especially during the summertime when it gets a little warmer. I'm definitely going to, take the classes or have you guys with me while we're gonna be in these classes. I'm gonna play videos for us to learn this Alkebulan language, bro. Pick which one. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I want to start with speaking with Benin because I know Benin and Cameroon is where, a lot of, Alkebulan Haitians come from. The Alkebulan kidnapped Haitians, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them come from there. You feel me? So definitely want to trace it back. And even when I hear their language, I can hear the Creole. I can hear the French. So it's not going to be too hard for me to learn that. And then after I'm done with that, then I want to learn Isi Kosa. You understand? I want to learn how to speak like the Congolinians. I want to learn that language. You know what I'm saying? I want to. But I definitely want to start off with Benin and Cameroon because that's my stomping grounds, supposedly. Right? But these are the things that we as individuals need to start doing. It's time for us to reclaim. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to reclaim. We cannot decolonize our minds if we continue to seek validation from the same system that enslaved us. True freedom starts with education, knowledge of self, and the rejection of European distortion of our past. This is why it's critical that we tell our story, research our true origin, and rebuild our spiritual, cultural, and historical foundation outside of the colonial influence. We have to do that. Are we trying to find ourselves eternally, or are we just trying to find ourselves externally to just show like we know it all? You don't know it all. You don't know it if you don't wake up and you summoned your spiritual powers and you could use it on a regular day. If you ain't do that, then you really not there yet. I'm not there yet. I can show you a video and I'm gonna play for you tomorrow. I'm gonna show you a video where one of the rituals is this man is literally in the fire and it looks like it's burning. And out comes this guy out of the fire, walking regular. I'm like, yo. But the average person would see that and say, look, that's demonic. That's the devil. That's evil. But forgetting that it's a bunch of colored people actually doing an African custom and tradition. We forgetting that. And before you jump that gun and saying, oh, that's off the devil, before you do that, just do the due diligence. Just do that for your ancestors to see if what's being done is for real or is it not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We owe that to our ancestors. Our ancestors did not come to the shores of America and the Caribbeans knowing about no commandments and keeping no biblos. This is facts. It has been proven over and over and over again. You don't have to listen to me. You can literally find that for yourself. All this Israelite stuff and all that started happening after. This is after. Listen carefully, people. This is after these people was converting black people into Judaism. Yes, they was doing that. They was doing that in the Spelman College. Spelman is a Jewish lady. Come on. They had an agenda. They knew what they was doing, and it worked. Shout outs to them. Round of applause. They knew exactly what they was doing, and they got the job done. They got the job done. And if we continue to see ourselves through European eyes, we will forever be a lost people, disconnected from our ancestors, divided from our brothers and sisters, and blindly serving a system that was never meant to benefit you. But if we reclaim our story, not his story, our story, we reclaim our future. It is time to break what? Free from the Euro-Christian ideology and rediscover who we truly are. Not as the names that they gave us, not as the slave they made us, but as powerful, divine people we have always been. This is a conversation that needs to be had. And for Mama Love, that took me thinking I called the creators the devil. Mama, nah. You probably was listening to me in a state of shock and couldn't believe that is this the brother that was doing. Yes, it's me. I am him. I am him. I am. And yes, what we was being told was a lie. And I'm all open for the biblos. If it could be proven, if you are able to prove it, I will change. I will revert back to saying repent or die. I will revert back to saying this. I'll be giving lessons. And trust me, I do it 10 times better than the people that you're listening to. I would have went back to that. But I'm not. I'm not. It's not something for me to do. Just not doing it. So, and like I said, I've never came out. You can't find a video where I call the creators the devil. You can't find a video. I tell you that the God that's the story, that God that's written of in the Biblos is not our creator. And that story, that Yahweh, Yahushua, Lord, Yahweh, Baal, whatever you want to call it, that is the adversary. When you look up Lucifer, the word Lucifer means he that runs the world. Wasn't the world given unto Jesus? I'm just saying. All knees shall bow. We've been bowing our knees from the very beginning. You just don't know that. Because you are still following a system that was never designed for you to learn, to advance, to rise, to see. It was never meant. It was meant for you to stay in the position that you are in now. To stay in this position of being hopeful and thinking that somebody's going to come from the sky and redeem you and save us and we're going to have another Exodus. The Exodus is not going to happen like that. The Exodus is going to happen when we come together, when we call on our ancestors and we realize that everything that we have been told has been a lie. That's why the borders of Africa is being open for you. That's why the DEI has been removed. That's why the ICE has been exploited. You know what I'm saying? Like they could come out. They coming out. They going everywhere. They're not just getting the Mexicans. They coming for the Jamaicans. They coming for the Haitians. They coming for the Dominicans. They coming for you. And you guys are seeing it in a bad space. Oh, they throwing me back. No. You're going home. You're granted the opportunity to get off this land that's about to be converted into the biggest AI cyborg attack where many thousands, millions of people will perish, bro. And this has nothing to do with biblical. This is propaganda. This is part of their plan. They've been telling you this for years. When they came out with the fufu, that was the indication, oh yeah, they want us out of here. They got everything that they wanted, people. But what do you have? If you was to die today, would you die at peace? Would you die happy? Would you die with the knowledge that you have? Honestly. And that's just to say you was to die and your ancestors come to you and shows you everything that you was a part of that you didn't get a chance to see in real time because you were so busy focusing on being a Euro-Christian master. You have to make that make sense. I'm not here to mislead you. I'm not here to misguide you. I'm here to set the record straight and have us on the proper path because we got off task. I got off task. We got off task. I'm going to call it what it is. We got off task. We was really operating in the space of seeing things or measuring ourselves from the foundation of a European. And I'm sorry. I just can't accept that. I can't accept to follow the ways of people that did such things like kidnap, rape, slavery, hung on a tree, burnt. I cannot follow that pattern. I followed that pattern. My family did. My homies did. And guess what? A lot of homies in jail. A lot of homies is dead. A lot of our sisters is suffering, plagued with diseases, corrupted with drug abuse, where they can't get out of it. They're sucked into this game. They're sucked into this system, bro. You cannot tell me that this is the people that we are supposed to measure ourselves by. Nah. Every time I see one of them food deliveries, I be like, where you from? Like, I'm from Africa. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go back. They like, yeah? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, man, you will love it. You guys thinking that these people are struggling. No. It's the American dollar is worth so much over there. Yo, 10 bands in Kenya, I can literally buy me a mansion that's not, if not as big or next to Rick Ross' house. In Kenya right now for 10 bands. Me personally, I want to go there. I want to go there and see it for myself because I don't do long distance transactions and stuff like that, especially if we talking about thousands. I remember my homie, he was telling me about for 50 bands, you can get a big old crib out in Ghana. No, Nigeria, excuse me. And he showed me because he's from there. And I seen the houses. And it's phenomenal, bro. It's phenomenal. And we as individuals, it's time for us to start embracing that, bro. It's a whole different scenario when you go out there, man. You're going to literally get it how you get it in America, bro. You're going to see the slums. You're going to see the city. You're going to see the middle class, and you're going to see those that don't want to be a part of this world and is content. And they the ones that we need to speak to because they the ones that still carry and know our tradition, man. So I just wanted to just give you guys that, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. You feel me? I want you guys to really start embracing yourself and start seeing yourself from the eyes of your ancestors. Just give it the time. Just try it out. You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And that gaining is Alkebulan. That's yours, pimp. But the only way to achieve that is literally to go back to finding who you are and to remember what these people done. They're the reason why your loved ones will stab you in your back. They the ones. Break free. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Once again, continue supporting. Please leave all your feedback. Share this with your family and friends. Donate to the channel. You know, everything is in the description. We listen. I see the numbers, man. I got a short that hit the 2 mil. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. I see the numbers. It's phenomenal. Listen, the way things is going, I could hit the 300 mark, man, 300,000. We can't hit it. And if we hit it, then you know your brother man was outside, man. But yeah, man, stay strong, stay righteous, stay healthy, man. Stay sucker free. And remember, it is us against them, bro. Okay? Everything that they told you that was evil wasn't evil. Remember, what they gave us is a watered down version of who we are. And if you believe that what they gave us is the truth, then you are part of the problem. And with that being said, it's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said, if it's your first time, hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means we got to stay on that grind because it is about that time. Time for what? Time for you guys to go get yours because I am on that journey to go get mine. It's the brother, man. You understand? And I'm a holler.